Thank you for attending our virtual sports banquet. Although many of you have had the pleasure of attending these sports banquets over the years, we would like to extend a warm welcome to those of you who are watching for the first time virtually. This is the culminating event for an always busy year of athletics, and a time to stop and recognize the countless hours of hard work that everyone puts into making Fort Edward athletics possible. Although there are many awards and trophies that will be dispersed as part of this process, we will not be doing so today. However, we will be making sure that all of the student athletes that receive awards do so in a timely manner. Coach Huntington, the floor is yours.
All right. First, we would like to thank our athletes. Thank you for your dedication, drive, and hard work. It was a pleasure watching you all this year, and we can't wait to continue to see you play in the future. You should be proud of everything you have accomplished. Without each and every one of you, none of this would be possible. Second, the coaches. Each of you goes above and beyond each and every day for our student athletes. From me personally, thank you for your patience while I learned the ropes of the athletic director role. Third, the parents and families. Thank you for your endless support. You do so much behind the scenes to support our athletes and athletic programs. We can never thank you enough for all that you do. Finally, for our seniors. Thank you for being the role models of our Fort Edward athletic programs. You have accomplished great things in your athletic careers here at the Fort, and we know you will continue to do so in the next chapter of your lives. Now, without further ado, we'd like to take a moment to recognize our senior athletes. Bailey Brayman, Haley Condon, William Denton, Paige Duquette, Morgan Fish, Olivia Fisher, Timothy Gillis, Isabel Gulick, Grady Havens, Dylan Jenks, Austin Jones, Caitlin Mahoney, Rebecca Moore, Colby Phillips, Anthony Riccadelli, and Haley Warner. Now, let's move on to the coaches portion of tonight's events. First, for fall sports. Golf, coached by Keith Majeka.
Hi everyone, I'm Keith Majeka. I'm the golf coach at Fort Edward School. Welcome to our virtual sports banquet. And it certainly is a little odd sitting here staring at my screen, as typically I can stare out and see the happy and proud faces of our student athletes, parents, grandparents, fellow coaches, and administrators. This certainly is not the way that I would like it to go, but this is the way that we're stuck with this year. That in itself should not be a detraction at all from the amount of effort and time put in from our students, nor from the accomplishments that they've made throughout the school year. I'm very proud of all that they've done, not only the golf team, but all sports. And I guess with every event, there is a silver lining to this, that sometimes we have some coaches who are a little verbose and seem to ramble on for a half hour, 40 minutes, and give us a play-by-play recap of their entire season. Being this is pre-recorded and sent in, you will get the opportunity to fast forward and delete all that and stick to the good parts. In that, I'm hoping I'm a little brief this year in my speech. This year was a good year. We've had 10 golfers this year, which is something different. We normally have 6 or 7, only 6 get to play, so it certainly was a challenge for me this year to do this. I was not really provided a lot of opportunity to give each a lot of individual attention. Again, when you have this many people and only 4 people on a hole as we walk it, I'm jumping between holes and again not giving people what they had. But that, to my surprise, all of these players did very, very well, demonstrating incredible improvement. And their stroke play, the better players improved to, I think, 3 strokes, all the way to our newer players improved. Some of them improved 12 strokes, which is pretty incredible. Golf is a game of practice like any other sport, so again, I think that the game will improve on its own as long as they've got good technique and they continue to work on it. Most of our players will be returning next year, so we should have a good year again. But we had a very successful season, not only in terms of win. I mean, we were, I think, 1 game over 500, which again is a winning season. But I not only stress the wins and loss, it's certainly important and it's the point of the game, but I try to emphasize etiquette in the rules of the game. Though this is a lifelong sport, and if you don't have those 2 things, it makes it a long game for those who have to play with the other ones. And those of you who play golf understand that playing in a group with someone who's throwing clubs or yelling in the middle of your backswing is very distracting and certainly does not provide a pleasant day. And worse yet is the ones who have mathematical amnesia, who can't seem to count their strokes and somehow transpose that correctly onto a sports card. So again, our guys have learned that very well. They've done an excellent job. Every place that we play, we're always commended on our students' behavior, their etiquette, how they carry themselves on the course, and their demeanor. And certainly I'm very proud of that, but it's a reflection, they have a reflection on our school and our whole community in general. So it really was a successful year, and I had a great time. So this year's 10, in no particular order, are Tim Gillis, Paige Cormie, Andrew Fish, Will Denton, Preston Gulick, Bo Boucher, Dan Boucher, Cal Boucher, Ben Calvin, and Lloyd Beednow. Again, 10 guys who did a great job. I'm very, very proud of the effort they put in. They were really, really amazing, and they made for a fun year for me, and that's good. But on to, I guess, the most important part is the MVP. It's always tough to choose one player when you have, particularly this year, you have 10 who've worked so hard and really has shown improvement, and all of them were an asset to the team. But as in usual years, there's usually one person who stands out among the rest. And this year is no different. This year's MVP has played on the team, I think every year that he's eligible one. He decided, I think, to play another sport that year. He has worked his way up from younger years, from the 6th position all the way up to playing number 1 all year this year. Again, his stroke average improved to 2 strokes this year. He's always a pleasure to have. He carries himself well. He is a role model for all of our younger athletes. And I'm really going to miss him. This year's MVP is Tim Gillis. Congratulations, Tim. It's a pleasure. Good luck in the future.
Cheer, coached by Nicole Schilling.
Welcome, parents and athletes, to this unusual way to celebrate our 2019-20 athletes. I am Nicole Schilling, the varsity coach, often referred to as Shill. I'd like to extend my gratitude to the following people for your support throughout our season and for this spectacular new way to recognize our students' athletic accomplishments. First, thank you to our faculty for supporting our many fundraisers for our school community, our always supportive Booster Club, our administration for purchasing our letters on our new uniforms this season, and to Mrs. Huntington for doing a great job her first year as athletic director, organizing all our bus rides and assisting us in our Spirit Week activities. Next, we must recognize the hard work and help from our parents, who not only donate money, time, and baked goods on several occasions, but for the transportation to our fundraisers and immense support to our squad. Finally, my sincere gratitude goes out to my assistants, Miss Courtney Phillips, Aubrey Moratory, and Kylie Millington, for your help conditioning our girls, teaching them new and old cheers, making perfection part of our everyday goal, and all around being great people for our squad to look up to. Much love, girls, and I hope to see you come back to some of our future seasons. My next comments will be about our complicated task this year, trying to combine 3 different schools into one squad. My thoughts on this task are shared by my assistants, and we cannot be more happy with the results. This year, our football team combined with Corinth, who have their own cheerleading squad. As you know, we also have a merger for cheer with Argyle. During our summer months, where our girls are required to learn over 50 sideline chants, 3 quarter cheers, and a full dance routine, we had to squeeze in meeting the Corinth squad, becoming comfortable, and developing relationships with these ladies, and trying to teach them all our cheers in only a very few practices that we could have as a whole group. This was not easy, but my squad rose up to the challenge and eagerly extended their hands to the newcomers from Corinth. They quickly became teammates they could trust and soon started to develop a bond and friendships. I could not have been more proud of my squad for making this transition easy and comfortable for all of us involved. My squad continues to amaze me each season by their ability to get stronger in their skills, from tight cheer moves to more complicated stunting and higher and better jumps. They continue each year to voluntarily do locker signs, make goodie bags for our boys, painting creative banners, and baking for away games for our football team. Our school and student body, they single-handedly take on the huge task of making Spirit Week and homecoming activities some of the most memorable ones for all of our students. Their level of commitment to their squad, the football team, and the student body can only be seen as greatness. So today, ladies, I extend gratitude from all of these groups of people for everything you do. I know it sometimes feels like a thankless job, but you should know how many people truly appreciate all that you do. If I were in person giving this speech at a normal banquet, you can bet there would be a roar of applause for you for doing these things for all of us. I'd like to end this speech with a few recognitions for my seniors, who have not only dedicated years of their service to our school, but have profoundly impacted myself and their squad during this time. The first young lady I want to talk about came to us from Argyle 4 years ago. She is one of the most outstanding cheerleaders skill-wise, and her jumps are admired by anyone who sees them. She is funny and weird in all the right ways and enjoys snacking right in the middle of any activity. I will miss her tremendously as she was a true asset to our squad. This is Miss Haley Warner. Next is my sidekick, my most responsible girl, the one I could count on for just about anything. She has also been with me for the past 4 seasons and has been my treasurer for the squad, the boss when I could not be one, our cheer mom by sewing ripped uniforms in the middle of a game to doing everyone's hair, and mainly just keeping me on task when I have my shill moments. I will miss your level of dedication and sense of responsibility to both me and our squad. Best of luck in the future, Miss Rebecca Moore. And finally, but not least, the girl I give the hardest time. Not because she deserves this, but because I know she can take it. She has thick skin and a kind heart. She is the cheerleader any of my girls can go to with anything, and she will try her best to make them happy. She has been a captain for several years and has never failed me as a coach with high expectations. Her leadership and dance skills have made our squad so successful each season. I will not only miss picking on her, stay away from ladders, but moreover will miss her tremendous ability to genuinely care about everything and everyone around her. This outstanding individual is Paige Duquette. I will end by thanking our football team for a great overall winning season, the Corinth squad and their coach Sherry for a great new relationship and stronger squad, my seniors graduating, and the rest of my great squad to whom I look forward to coaching in future seasons. May all of you have a restful and healthy summer with your family and friends, and I look forward to seeing you all in the fall.
Football, coached by Jeff Tully and Brian Bowe.
I would first like to welcome everyone to this year's virtual sports banquet. I would also like to thank the Fort Edward School District and community for supporting this year's team. Big thanks to parents, players, Fort Edward teachers and administration, the cheerleaders, Coach Sullivan, Coach Bowe, Coach Brennan, Coach Pendergrass, and Coach Durkee. I would like to send a special thanks out to Anthony Miller and the Fort Edward Fire Department for helping in our annual night game. This past football season was one that came with success and exciting moments. As you all know, we were merged with Corinth School District. This came with many positives such as increased numbers, Friday night lights, new friends, and a new name, the Warhawks. The team ended the season with a 5-4 record. This was the first winning season at Fort Edward since 2011. The season started off with a huge win against traditional powerhouse Hoosick Falls. The game saw the Warhawks trailing at halftime and ended up fighting their way back to a 20-12 win. In the final game of the season, the Warhawks took on Lake George for the War Canoe. The Warhawks dominated the game from the beginning to the end and walked away with a trophy. This was a great finish to a winning season. Now I'd like to introduce the Fort Edward members of the Warhawk football team. Brian Hurlbert, Ashton Sullivan, first team defensive back, Class D. Anthony Tora, Ed Amell, Brody Sullivan, first team all-purpose, Class D. Austin Clear, honorable mention, offensive lineman, Class D. Brenton Delisle, Ethan Belden, Michael Taylor, and now our seniors, AJ Riccadelli, Grady Havens, Will Denton, first team defensive end, Class D. Will also be attending Alfred University this fall to play football. Now for our 4-year football players, Colby Phillips and Dylan Jinks. Finally, this year's MVP. This year's MVP was willing to do anything for the team. He switched positions going into the year because he knew that this was what was best for the team. He sent me a text message about halfway through the season and he said, "Coach, all I want to do is win. I'll do whatever it takes. I just want to have a winning season. I'll play whatever position you want. I just want to have a winning season." And this was very important to me when he was such a big leader on the team. This player passed for 302 yards and 5 touchdowns. He rushed for 541 yards and 8 touchdowns. And on defense accounted for 45 tackles. This year's MVP is Brody Sullivan. Congratulations to the 2019 Fort Edward football team. Thank you for your support and can't wait till next year. Go Forts.
Volleyball, coached by Michelle Taylor.
Hello from Coach Taylor. We are usually together for this year-end Sports Awards Senior Recognition Banquet, and each of us coaches gets to do a little recap of our season and select an MVP. I would like to start by thanking administration, Mr. Ward, Sam Ratty, Lorinda Huntington, Board of Education members, our custodial staff, and our bus drivers. A big shout out to all senior athletes, an unusual ending to your senior year. But each of you are unique in your own ways and will persevere over any and all adversities thrown your way. Remember that. Next, a great appreciation for all the coaches, followed by our community who support and follow our teams wherever we go. To the families, parents, Jackie Newell, my scorekeeper, most of all, my volleyball team and family, modified girls and their coach Samantha Godfrey, JV girls who help with the score table and stats for all varsity games, along with my assistant coach, JV coach Christina Durkee. Without any of you, this would not be possible. Now to my varsity team, that for seasonal play consisted of 10 girls, 6 whom returned from last year. Lillian, Gabby Thomas, Heather, Morgan, Olivia, and Caitlin. We rounded out our team with Mariah, Maddie, Amaya, and Gabby Kay. We ended our season 8-6 with an overall 10-7. The Adirondack League is one of the most competitive leagues in Section 2 with 8 teams. The Adirondack League All-Star has 2 teams with 7 players on each, a total of 14. With 8 teams, numerous girls are nominated by coaches and few are picked. We had 2 girls end up on the second team. They were Lillian Newell and Gabby Thomas. Congratulations, girls. Going into sectionals, Abby Newell and Chloe Smith joined the varsity team in hopes of moving on. Thank you, Abby and Chloe. We did get past our first round, Hathorne Valley, with ease, but fell to Maple Hill in a close one. The volleyball season, like other sports seasons, has its ups and downs from regular games, non-leagues, and tournament play. The girls were amazing to watch on any given day, from exceptional performances, individual and as a team, to comic relief, facial expressions, and sometimes just pure frustration of oneself. And this could be in a game or practice. I'm pretty sure some of you parents saw this. I have been coaching a while now, and it can truly be difficult to address some of the dynamics that go along with a team or group of girls. These girls, like the ones before them, are like a second family, and I truly enjoyed coaching all of you. Selecting an MVP has been difficult, an individual who stands out every game. My girls each took turns and stepped it up when teammates were off. Individual stats stood out, but performance, attitude, leadership, individual athleticism, sportsmanship, cohesiveness, team-oriented attitudes from the start had me decide to give each of my senior co-captains, Morgan, Olivia, and Caitlin, MVP. You each made this season enjoyable, so thank you. To my underclassmen, continue to strive to be your best. To all of you, I wish you all the success that you are deserving of. Thank you.
Now for winter sports. Bowling, coached by Nelson Chase.
Good evening, everyone. Coach Chase here, reporting from my office at home. I want to talk to you tonight about the 2020 Flying Forts bowling season. First, I would like to start by thanking everybody at school, the board, Mr. Ratty, A.D. Huntington, all of our families and spectators for their generous support, the bowling center, our hosts, Broadway Lanes, that treat us so well year in and year out. We could not be successful year after year after year without their help and their support of our program. We had another excellent year. We won the league with a record of 51-1. We won the league tournament. Brenton Delisle and Austin Jones were both recognized with awards for their individual accomplishments at the tournament. We won the Section 2 Class C tournament at Boulevard Bowl in Schenectady. We led wire to wire and missed going to states by less than 200 pins, since the Class C teams are forced to compete against the Class B teams as well for the chance to go to states. I could not have been more proud of our team as everyone contributed. Andrew Fish and Dylan Perkins both won individual awards at that tournament for their efforts. As far as the regular league season went, 5 out of our 6 starters were league all-stars. That included freshman Andrew Fish. He had a 173 average, a 225 high game, and a 637 high series. We had sophomores Edward Amell, 184 average, 255 high game, 656 high series, and he won a special award from our league for our team's sportsmanship. Sophomore Dylan Perkins had a 195 average game, 256 high single game, 632 high 3-game series. Sophomore Mark Humphreys with a 177 average, 256 high game, 664 high series, and he also won a special league award for our team as the most improved bowler on our team. Of course, we have junior Brenton Bubba Delisle. He averaged 192 with a 247 high game and a 664 high series. And last but not least, our seniors. First was Bailey Brayman. Bailey averaged 167, had a 234 high game, a 589 high series, and I want to recognize Bailey for his dedication through the years to the program. And he, this season, started right off in September practicing quietly more and more and more. And the more he practiced, the more consistent he got, and that's good. That's a good thing to get in the habit of doing no matter what your sport, no matter what season. Keep doing it. Keep trying to get better. In Bailey's case, it showed, and we appreciated that. Last but not least, our MVP. He averaged 205, had a high game of 269, had a high 3-game series of 722. He was our team leader in spirit and performance, match after match, week after week, month after month. He was the man. Austin Jones, congratulations. This is 2 years in a row as MVP of the bowling squad. I repeat, you'll be greatly missed, and we certainly appreciate your efforts here in Fort Edward. I'll finish my remarks tonight with congratulations to everyone. Good luck to all of you seniors. I know I can speak for many of us at school. This has definitely been a bizarre few months. We miss seeing you. We miss talking to you in person. We miss teaching you, coaching you. Mr. Durkee, I challenge you to keep your speech to under 37 minutes. Mine is going to come in at just over 5 or so, and I'm pretty proud of that. To everyone, we look forward to seeing you all soon, no matter what Fort Edward field of play you're involved with. Remember to have Fort Edward pride. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Boys basketball, coached by Stuart Elheim.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to kind of wing this. This is a little bit better than standing up in front of a crowd and having a speech, but still a little bit strange, as I'm sure it is for most people. Sitting here on my back porch, basically reading a little bit of a speech that I put together for everybody. So congratulations to all the student athletes this year on your accomplishments. We've had another basketball season in the books. Tonight, like all your coaches and teachers, family, friends, I would like to say congratulations, recognize you for all your achievements on the court, on the playing fields, and everything that you do this year and every day. Although we never really found our groove this year the way we expected, we did have some truly remarkable games. Exciting, including avenging a couple of losses against Hartford and Argyle. For some of you, have the record of remaining undefeated against the Argyle boys basketball team on our own home court. Currently, in the 2 years that I've been doing this, I guess I can say the same for me. So that for me, that's quite the accomplishment in and of itself. I'm proud to have been a part of that game. I think it was one of the most exciting games that I've ever been a part of. So as we talk, kind of what we've done and recognize all of you, again, along with our share of what we thought could have been a little bit different in the season, I just recognize that there were some accomplishments that we made that I'm very, very proud of. And I'm very, very proud to have been a part of, even a small part of your program and your career. Win or lose, our season really couldn't have been possible without a community, a team behind it. And so I'd like to take a little bit of time to just kind of thank some of those people that helped with everything. I'll start thanking my wife Debbie for encouraging me and supporting me in my coaching career. I'd like to thank the Board of Education for once again giving me the opportunity to coach a tremendous amount of talent over the years and just a wonderful group of student athletes. This year has been no exception. Mr. Ward, Mr. Ratty, Coach Huntington, thank you guys for everything that you do every day in support of all the coaches and all the programs that you do. Thanks to my brother Steven, my daughter Brianna for assisting the team this year. Thanks to Coach Thomas for continuing to mentor me, despite me having crossed over to the other side and no longer being part of the girls program. Your advice and encouragement is greatly appreciated. Thanks to the custodial staff for what they do behind the scenes every day, for us, cleaning up after the games and after practices. And we truly appreciate the effort that they put forth and the things that they do for us year after year. Thanks to the family and friends that come to all the games, support our fundraising efforts, support these student athletes. Thanks to the parents who provide the rides and do all that you do, and more importantly for the upbringing that you guys have done for these student athletes. It truly shows the hard work and dedication that these kids put in is a direct reflection of what you guys do. So none of this is gone unnoticed. Finally, thanks to the student athletes themselves. Especially, this group of 10 boys, John Courtney, Will Denton, Grady Havens, Colby Phillips, Sean Rivers, Ashton Sullivan, Brody Sullivan, Michael Taylor, Bryce Tyler, Chris Yasko. Thank you guys all for your dedication and your commitment, for the work that you put in every day, athletically and academically, to continually better yourselves and your teammates, for pushing yourselves to the limit. And when you think you've gotten to that point, pushing yourself just a little bit more, and finding the strength and the courage to do just a little bit more every day. Nothing makes a coach prouder, I think, than seeing the growth that you gain both individually and as a team from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. And from the beginning of your career to the end of your career. So I've had the honor of being a small part of that for 10 of the finest young men that I've had the privilege of knowing in my career. It's because of your efforts that the Fort Edward basketball team this year was named as a scholar athlete team. It's something that I had thought about long before I coached a varsity program. And I'm proud to say that I was a part of that because of the efforts that you guys put in. It truly is a wonderful accomplishment. So congratulations to all of you. To those of you that are hopefully returning next year, we've got work to do. Sean, Ash, Brody, Michael, Bryce, Chris, we have some high expectations. We're going to be setting the bar a little bit higher. We have some goals that we have yet to accomplish, and I'm confident that each and every one of you will continue the spirit of those who have come before you. John, I hope that you will come and be a part of this program as well. I think that you have a lot to offer in the ways of basketball knowledge and some things that you can see. So I would truly appreciate any help that you and support that you want to give to the program. I would love to have you back. Basically, I wish we had another year together. To the seniors, Colby, Grady, Will, you guys have made a lasting mark on this program and on me, and I wish you guys all the best as you move forward in whatever you do in the coming years, college, work. Whatever it is that you choose to do. I want to leave you guys with a quote from the book of Tal, or the Lives of Tal. I cannot predict what may become of you. It will require a lot of training, work, study, and danger, but in the end you will know strength. I swear it. You might just become someone who will make a difference in the world. In closing, I'd like to announce my selection of this year's MVP. It wasn't really a hard choice, I guess. stats alone will show that. This year's MVP is Will Denton. Will's season ended with 225 total points, averaging 11.8 points per game, free throw average of 50%. More importantly, he averaged 10.7 rebounds per game. He finished with 96 offensive rebounds and 107 defensive rebounds. 34 assists, 48 steals, 29 blocks, and 5 charges. And despite some differences of opinions that we may have had throughout the course of the year, Will's commitment to this game, his passion for playing hard in practice or in a game, of pushing himself to the very limit is an example of that every young player should see and follow. Take those traits with you, Will, as you begin your next phase in life. They will suit you well. Congratulations. Thank you all again for everything. I hope to see you all very soon. Hopefully this current situation ends and we can begin getting back to some kind of a normalcy. In the meantime, work hard, stay safe, and remember, we are Fort Edward.
Girls basketball, coached by Jason Thomas.
Hi, it's Coach Thomas, girls. Hope all is well. Hope everybody is safe. Just wanted to start out by saying thank you to the board, to Mr. Ward, to Mrs. Huntington, and Mr. Ratty for all the support they gave me during this year, you know, and the amazing run that me and the girls had. And also wanted to, you know, give a shout out to the girls' parents, because while my practices are demanding and we get a lot out of it, it was good to have you guys' support, you know, and to really see the girls come together the way they did at the end of the year. To start out, you know, I would like to say in the beginning of the year, I wouldn't tell the girls I didn't envision this, but I thought if we worked real hard, we could make it as far as we did, you know, and in saying that, you know, you kind of still have your doubts, but to see the way the girls came together and the way we pulled through, you know, was truly amazing this year, you know, especially for a team that, you know, we had 2 freshmen and an 8th grader on the team. That's for a team with that younger talent to pull through the way we did, you know, and have 2 freshmen, Abby Newell and Gabrielle Colston, come off the bench and contribute the way they did, you know, was truly an amazing, you know, peak for this team. My 4 seniors, Belle, Morgan, Caitlin, and Haley. You guys mean the world to me. You know, you guys really came through and pulled through when I needed you guys to be leaders and captain. Haley, you know, you finally got your chance to start this year, and you took it and you ran with it and you shined, you know, and I couldn't be any prouder of you. Caitlin, you know, you've had so many big moments dating back to last year to this year, you know, and the belief that you finally started getting yourself, you know, it really paid dividends this year, you know, in big games against Hartford and teams like that. When we got off to a slow start, you kind of kept us in it and kept the ship going. Belle, couldn't say enough about you. It's great to have you back this year. You know, missed you more than you know last year, but to have you come back and bring your, you know, never-ending energy and just the silliness you bring, you know, to just keep us all loose, you know, and things like that was just well missed, you know. And again, you also had big moments this year, stepping up, hitting big shots when we struggled to score. You know, you stuck with it, and when we needed you to score, you know, in games like Whitehall, you stepped up and you did in the sectionals till we got going. Morgan, you know, with all you had on your plate this year, on and off the court, you know, I couldn't be, you know, again, like I said about the other 3 seniors, any prouder of you. You know, you pulled through. You know, we talked a lot about this year, you know, about, you know, your numbers may have not been, you know, what we wanted them to be. But when it was crunch time and it really mattered, you know, you stepped up, you know, and you scored and you produced and you did the things, you know, that made us a championship team. You know, it's like I tell you, not only did I ask you to score, but, you know, 9 times out of 10, I also put you on the other team's best offensive player, you and Bell, you know, and that takes a toll on you in and of itself. You know, and so to see the way you came through at the end, you know, again, just amazing. You know, for the lone junior on the team, you know, Gabby Thomas, my daughter, the girls will tell you, you know, we had our ups and downs in practice, you know, and a lot is because, I'm extremely hard on her, and she doesn't get a lot of leeway, but to do some of the things you did this year, and with at least 8 or 9 games of grabbing over 20 rebounds, 2 or 3 triple doubles this year, to bring the girls together, play defense, it was a truly special year for you, and you're a special player, and the sky's the limit if you continue to work at it. Abby and Gabby, my 2 freshmen, that I brought off the bench. It was almost unfair, the roles I put you guys in at times being so young, but to see the way you guys came through and, at numerous games, Mariah, our starters, didn't necessarily play at their best offensively. You guys came in, gave us a punch, a Whitehall game, Gabby and Abby, you came in and gave us a punch, Argyle, it just countless games. To see the development of you two, the future is truly bright, for this program. And I couldn't say enough about you two, and I just hope that you work over the summer, and just get ready to go next year. Sammy Witters and Natalie, you guys didn't play as much as you did this, as, you would have liked to this year. But that being said, you were also playing on a varsity team that only lost 2 games during the course of the year and was a game away from states, which I believe we truly would have went had we been able to play. So to be able to just hang on this team, and I told both you guys in the beginning of the year, you could step out during running. I know I was asking an unfair amount, but to see you guys stick with it and just run every day, do, the sprints, the, marathon layups, in your own right, as 8th graders, if we had had a JV team this year, the 2 of you would have truly, I believe, dominated JV and did a lot of good things on JV. Just unfortunately you were forced into a bad situation, and I won't even say a bad situation, but in saying that, you guys played in every game but 3 or 4 of the games, and you guys came in, and more than held your own. So I give you guys a lot of credit, and again, the future is bright. You just have to work and keep working towards it, and we'll see what we can do, in the years to come. As far as the way the year ended, was truly heartbreaking. My heart went out to you girls just to see the looks on your faces when we got the news. But in saying that, like I told you guys, we accomplished one of our goals. Our goal at the beginning of every year is to take basketball as possibly far as we can take it. And to that credit and that extent, we did. We took it as far as we could. Nobody could play again, so to that, we accomplished one of our goals, and accomplished the things that we accomplished this year. Nobody could take any of that away from you guys. All 8 of you girls on the team worked your butts off, and made us into a championship team. For you seniors, way to get that sectional title and going out with it. It was well deserved. We had a couple tough losses the years prior. For you guys to come back, persevere, get that league title, and be 1 game away from states, I couldn't be any prouder. My heart couldn't be any, fuller for you guys. For you young girls, we talked about this is the start of your legacy. You have something to build on now. Some of you for 1 more year, others of you for 2, 3 years. But it's really the work that you put in and day out that's gonna, be able to keep that legacy going. And I just hope and pray, that you guys do that over the summer, and that we're able to get back into the gym. In saying that, this year's MVP, is going to be Gabby Thomas. Just on the court, on and off the court, just led us tremendously this year. Offensively, defensively, couldn't speak enough, of the things that she brought to the team. Again, we're not a one-man team at all, because there was times when Gabby struggled and the rest of the team picked her up. But as the leader on our team, more than not, when we needed it, she was there, whether it was making the right pass to Caitlin on pick and roll, kicking out to Morgan or Bell for a jump shot, hitting Gabby or Abby, cutting down the lane for layups. She did, what we asked of her, and outside of her in practice every day saying, I hate basketball, she was actually okay to coach. And again, I couldn't be any prouder of the team, any prouder of what we accomplished. I'm sorry, girls, this just feels so impersonal. and once we're allowed to, we will get together and we will celebrate this year and reminisce and laugh and cry. But I just wish you all the best, you seniors. The future is yours. Sky's the limit. To you young girls, keep working, keep grinding. It's never too early to start getting ready for next year. Put in the work, and we'll see where that takes us. And again, I just want to thank the board, Mr. Ward, Mrs. Huntington, Mr. Ratty, and the parents for giving me the opportunity to coach these young ladies. Thank you.
And lastly, spring sports. Although the spring sports season was cut short by the infamous COVID-19, we wanted to include recognition for what would have been a memorable season for all. Softball, coached by myself, Lorinda Huntington, and
Hello,
Russ
everyone.
Wade.
I would first like to thank everyone who made this short but sweet softball season possible. This was about to be my second season as the varsity softball coach, and as unfortunate as the circumstances are, I feel incredibly lucky that we did not have a single senior on our HFE softball roster this year. Thank you to Russ Wade for a quick but great start to the softball season. I'm very hopeful that all of our girls will be back again next year. I was looking forward to this season because we were going from 1 varsity player last year to 5 varsity players this year. At this time, I would like to recognize each of the HFE softball players from Fort Edward: Mariah Normandin, Savannah Glass, Haley Wilbur, Ariana Wilbur, and Gabby Colstonen. From Hartford: Ava Nadeau, Saleha Lemerle, Hannah Lawrence, Addison Potts, Madison Veely, Emma Wade, Gabby McFerrin, and Envy Jerome. At this time, I would also like to recognize our 2020 Fort Edward softball MVP, Mariah Normandin. Mariah worked hard throughout tryouts and initial practices. She has a clear love for the sport, and I can't wait to see what she's capable of accomplishing during her senior year. Congratulations. Thank you to all of the girls for their hard work, and I can't wait to see what next year holds. Thank you.
Baseball, coached by
Untitled
Jeff
Forts varsity
Durkee.
baseball. Coach Durkee coming to you from Forts Field. As you can see, the field's quite empty, unfortunately. It's the way it's been all season long. I was kind of excited for this season. I just wanted to let you know that. I was excited to see what we could do, see if we could replicate what we did last year. I thought we had a really good group of seniors from both schools and a lot of good underclassmen. I was really excited to see what we could do. I thought we could probably make it back to the finals, if not win it this year. We had all the pieces, and I'm kind of disappointed, as I'm sure you guys all are, that we didn't have a chance to fulfill those dreams. But I must tell you guys, I'm very proud of the way you guys have handled yourself during this unprecedented time. It's something that we'll probably never see again in our lifetimes, and you guys handled it to the best of your ability, especially to your seniors, not having a chance to go around these bases one last time, And for that, I am hurtful for you, and I'm sorry that that's happened this way, but you guys will come out of this a lot stronger. To the underclassmen, I'm hoping that, and to the seniors, I'm hoping that there's some chance that you guys get to play some summer ball, since your school year was taken away from you, really to no fault of your own. To my underclassmen, hopefully we can get back onto the field soon to have a chance to compete. This is what it's about, just competing and having a nice 4 years of baseball. And unfortunately for these seniors, they were shortchanged a little bit, To my one varsity Fort Edward senior, Will, I don't know how to say this, but I feel for you. You are a kid who really loves baseball. This is probably your favorite sport to play, even though I know you're going on to play football, which is, good for you. I really do feel for you, bud. Gavin and Alex and Aaron Mitchell from Hartford, same with you guys. I really feel that you guys were shortchanged, but I think you guys will come out of this as stronger human beings for this and understand that it's kind of bigger than baseball right now. So with that being said, God bless you all. Good luck in your future to my seniors, my underclassmen. Let's get ready to rock and roll next year. And I will like to take you guys. Hey, one good thing is no strikeouts this year, no swear sprints, right? No swear sprints, no strikeouts. I'll take it. But I'm going to take you for one last trip around the bases for this year. Good luck to everybody. And again, I'm sorry that this year didn't work out the way we wanted to. And I was really excited for this, guys. I really was. Have a great summer. Hope to see you all later on.
Now, onto the final awards for this ceremony. First, the Academic Athletic Awards. This is awarded to a junior or senior athlete that letters in at least 2 sports and has an overall average of 85% or greater. The male recipient for this year is Brody Sullivan. Congratulations. And the female recipient for this year is Morgan Fish. Congratulations to you both.
Nice job, Brody and Morgan. Finally, we've reached the culminating event for this ceremony, the Joseph D'Angelico Award. For those of you who are attending our sports banquet for the first time, Joe was a standout student athlete at Fort Edward that went on to fight in the Vietnam War. Sadly, Joe was killed in action on January 2nd, 1970. To honor his memory, his family started the Joseph D'Angelico Award. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the Joe D. Award. We were scheduled to have a guest appearance by the first ever recipient, Russ Snowball. Since Russ would still like to be a part of this process, he'll be joining us next year for the 51st awarding. We try to change up the presentation of this award on a yearly basis, so this year we're going virtual. That being said, this award is the highest honor that a student athlete at Fort Edward can receive. To our underclassmen, this award carries with it great pride that will last a lifetime, and you should strive to look back on these years as being some of the best of your life. Words that often come to mind when describing recipients of the Joseph D'Angelico Award are honor, pride, family, commitment, hard work, and dedication. So to the athletes, it's not just sports or just practice or just a game. You look back on these years and realize that these years have helped make you who you are. The life lessons and values that you've developed will last with you forever. Now, without further ado, the presentation of the 2020 Joseph D'Angelico Award goes to Morgan Fish. Great job, Morgan. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That concludes our 2019-2020